Hi guys, it is I, Pi, and welcome to my video. So today I'll be continuing the Lolita challenge that I've been doing, and today's prompt is the fourth prompt, which is your first dress. So I will talk about this in many different ways. So first of all, I will talk about my very first Lolita dress, which, as you may guess, was definitely Ita. Or if you don't know what ita is, it's like it comes from the Japanese word itai, which is pain. And so ita is like painful to look at. So ita lolitas are just like they don't follow the traditional rules of lolita, and it's painful to like look at, like maybe the elements are not right, or they look cheap, or it's like a replica, or just bad in general. So that's a ita. So yes, most people would have definitely had a ita phase, which is when they first start off lolita and they just trying to assemble the rules together, trying to make a first cohort with whatever limited resources they may have. So I am the same. I started liking Lolita back in 2012 when I chanced upon it on Tumblr, and I wasn't actually able to get my first dress until quite a while later, I think 1 or 2 years later. So, and the way I got the dress was not to purchase it from reputable sites like Bodyline, which is a good starter place for cheap dresses, or I didn't even buy it secondhand from like Lace Market. I actually saw the dress in a shop, and I was in Kuala Lumpur that time with my family, and we chanced upon this J Fashion store, and I saw that they had a Lolita dress in the shop, and I begged my parents to buy it for me. But it definitely wasn't cheap. Back then, I think it was like 150 ringgit, and way back then, when it converted to Singapore dollars, it was a good $70-$80, which is a lot of money because my family is not well to do, and it's a dress that my parents didn't even understand because they don't even know what Lolita fashion is. That was literally my first dress. They thought I was being crazy. It's an ugly dress, and they just thought that it's going to be a waste of money. But I begged and begged and begged, and they actually my dad bought it for me in the end, and so that's how I got my very first Lolita dress. So let me just show you the dress first, and then you'll know why my reaction is so like So here's the dress. This is a soft bonnet that came with the dress. So the dress itself looks like this. And you may say it looks like a decent Lolita dress. And truth be told, yes, it is a decent looking Lolita dress. It does fit all the elements of Lolita, which is it is a jumper skirt, it has the straps, it has the design. It also has I think it has a built-in petticoat. Yep, it also has a built-in petticoat. So yes, majority of it, yes, it fits the elements of Lolita. So what is wrong with this dress, you may say, that makes it Ita? First of all, the lace here is a very scratchy, cheap quality lace. It's not very noticeable in photos, so I could get away with it for like my first few cohorts when I went to conventions with it. And most people didn't really know Lolita back then. There wasn't really quite a big Lolita community yet, and they didn't really attend like cosplay conventions. I was definitely attending cosplay conventions, so I wore this to a cosplay con, and nobody really bat an eyelid to it because it looked alright, I guess. So I've never actually worn the soft bonnet. I never found it to sit right on me at all, so I've just kept it all along. I will show you my first cohort, like right here, and that's what I looked like. And a lot of the elements in that cohort was not traditionally Lolita. Like, it wasn't like Lolita brands that I bought from. I just found like a pump shoe with a nice strap to wear for my shoes. I went for the socks. I bought it from a lingerie shop, so that's how bad it was, okay? It's those over the knee thigh-high socks that you wear with like garter belts. And I did actually wear it with garter belts because the socks wouldn't stay up. So, yep, that's quite Ita. Otherwise, blouse is also not a Lolita blouse. It was just a random shirt from a random brand that I bought online. It's definitely off-brand. I think it works. It's fine. The blouse isn't an issue. And I tried to accessorize my hair with like little clips to try and make it look like sweet Lolita, kind of cutesy. And as for the umbrella, I got it from a local shopping center here. It's a transparent umbrella, which I thought it was okay. It's not too bad if you want to use it as an off-brand Lolita, but it's definitely not Lolita per se. But overall, it's fine, I would say. But if I look at it now, back then it was fine, but now I would just say like a lot of things could be done differently. Of course, now that my wardrobe has expanded quite a bit, I would definitely not style this dress this way anymore, and I would definitely have many different ways to style it. But I will not style this dress anymore, and me keeping this dress is merely a sake of memento. So I would like to also point out one issue with this dress that I didn't know until 2 or 3 years after I got this dress. That this dress is a replica. I didn't know because the brand actually says that it's from this Chinese brand called K-Star, and if any of you were from back then, you would have known that K-Star was a popular sort of brand for Lolita items. They released like some of their own products plus replicas, and apparently it's quite renowned to like release replicas. But I didn't even know of it. I didn't even know of the brand until I realized I was just browsing online and I saw a dress and I was like, that looks almost exactly like this dress, except that this dress is not as well made as that. So this, if you're wondering, is a replica of the Angelic Pretty Royal Poodle JSK. After I realized it was a replica, I took a closer look at the dress and all the little emblems, and I realized it actually says Angelic Pretty, but it's so faded that it looks like scribbles, and I didn't actually realize it said Angelic Pretty until I took a really close look at it and realized it is a replica. And ever since I realized there was a replica, I've never worn it out. I've never talked about this dress except until now, just to show you how I started off. I can't sell this dress definitely because it's a replica, and I don't intend to. Like I mentioned, I'm going to keep this as a memento, just for memory's sake that I started out like this. So that was my very first dress. So technically also my oldest piece in my wardrobe because I bought the dress first of all, then I started buying all the other elements. I don't even own the shoes anymore. I don't even own the socks anymore, for sure. I don't even own the blouse anymore. I just got rid of it recently because I outgrew it. So, yep. So all that's left from my very first coordinate is, other than me, of course, is the dress. And I do actually have the hair clips still. Moving on from that, what about my very first brand piece? So my very first brand piece is actually the dress that I'm wearing right now. So this dress is Angelic Pretty's Mousse du Chocolat in the Switching JSK. It's not my first choice when it comes to this print. What I actually wanted was the OP or the regular JSK, but I went to Japan and I went to Closet Child and I saw this dress and I loved Mousse du Chocolat. If I could, I would like to own it in every single cut and colorway because it's such a stunning, cute chocolate print, and that also started my obsession with chocolate prints. So I decided I'm gonna get this dress. And it's not expensive, but it's not cheap either, because we all know brand pieces are not cheap. So that's what I got. I bought it from Closet Child in Japan. I believe it was the Ikebukuro outlet or the Shinjuku outlet. I'm not even sure anymore. But I don't regret it at all. It was my very first brand piece and I love it still. I love it so much. It has really good memories with it because it started everything. Also, I have a little trick. If you notice something on my dress, it's this. So these are tassels. But why are they in this color, you may ask? here is where my tip and trick comes for you. So this is what the tassel looks like. I clearly just took it out of storage just to put it on. And here's what I do to keep this looking nice, neat, and not frazzled. So here's what I use. If you don't know what this is actually a straw. It's a plastic straw. All I did was cut a slit in the side. And this allows me to just slide it over to keep it nice and all wrapped up. So there, just slide it on. So this straw is a bit small, so it's still a gap. So what I just did was cut another one and then just wrap it on the other side. And just like that, you have a tassel protector. So you don't have to buy any online. You can, if you have plastic straws, or if you just go to McDonald's, take their plastic straws if they still have it. Otherwise, go to Starbucks. I don't know. Find some way to get your hands on plastic straws. Recycle them, reuse them, and put it on your tassels to protect them. So when you're using it, take it off. Don't leave it on. It's kind of weird to look at. But yes, I also used it on this. So yeah, that's how I actually protect my tassels. So me being in this dress again after the longest time, I actually did wear it out. Here's the last time I wore it. The one and only time I wore it actually. It's right here. And I wore it to a local Harajuku fashion walk. And honestly, I did it justice in my very first cohort with it because I just knew I wanted a chocolate blouse with a chocolate dress. And I just really liked it. It was one of my favorite cohorts of all time, and I've never worn the dress ever since then. Not that I don't like the dress, I just felt like I'm so satisfied with that cohort in particular that I was like, yep, I'm contented. I did this dress justice. I did myself justice because dream dress, dream cohort done. And I just focused on like wearing other outfits instead, other cohorts, making better cohorts from other dresses that I really like. So I'll definitely not sell this dress. I would probably consider try and style it in many different ways. I'm not sure when I'll next wear this out, but who knows? This is definitely a different cohort. I definitely got new blouses. I only had one brown blouse, which I bought specifically for this cohort back then. I have since accumulated a few more brown blouse, a few more other coloured blouse, which I could use to style this dress. So therefore, maybe I would try styling it in a different way. But otherwise, here is one of the other ways I would probably style this GSK. I would also have wrist cuffs, which I could definitely wear. And this shirt actually comes with the bow tie that I just didn't really feel like wearing because I felt it covered like the front panel too much. So maybe I could find I could definitely shift the pin here up here instead to make it different, or I could just take off this ribbon and put it here. So yes, there's actually many different ways of styling this dress, but I was just very satisfied with that, and I've never actually worn this dress since. So that's it for my first brand dress. In between, I did actually buy other Lolita dresses. I did buy a bodyline dress, so I'll show you a picture or a few pictures of how I've worn the bodyline dress, my first and favorite bodyline dress of all time. So sadly, I actually did damage the dress. I put it in the washing machine and it caused the color to bleed, which is kind of weird because it only bleed after the third or fourth time of me washing it. It didn't bleed the first few times, so I just decided, put it in the washing machine. What was the worst that can happen, right? And the color bled. So now the cards on it that's white has like pink streaks through it. So I was very upset, and I was hoping to find if Bodyline actually sold this dress, I would actually buy it again, brand new, just to keep it and like keep a pristine condition dress without damage. But nonetheless, I will still keep it because you live and you learn. So now when I do wash my Lolita dress, I either hand wash it or I do a spot test first before putting it in the wash. Most of the time, I literally just hand wash it. I'm fine with it. So yeah. So that's my first few dresses, aka my first ever Lolita dress, first ever Bodyline dress, and first ever brand dress. So let me know what are your first dresses and if you actually went through an Ita phase like I did. If you want, I could definitely show you more of my Ita cohorts. Let me just insert it here if I can get the pictures, which I probably can. So here are some of my other, I call Lolita, but it's definitely not Lolita. It's okay, you can cringe at it for me. I cringe at it myself too. So I hope you have a laugh out of this. And don't make the mistakes I did. Try to learn more about the fashion before you actually start off. Otherwise, if you do have questions about how to like form your own coordinates or where to get cheap dresses, where to get good quality cheap dresses, leave me in the comment below. You can feel free to DM me either here or on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram, not by posting, but I do actually spend a lot of time scrolling through Instagram. I will definitely answer DMs there. My Instagram handle is ilikePyRsquare, and I will insert it in the description bar, so you can definitely click on it to check me out. Otherwise, I'll just see you guys in my next video, okay? Bye!